On Christmas Day 1974, I had possibly the greatest present ever. I went out, as I always did, got up early and went out, and I saw wild otters in Hampshire for the first time. That was an extraordinarily rare event in 1974, and my levels of excitement have probably never been, well, they have been matched, but I nearly burst as a kid. And I tried to write about them and to capture the essence of otter rather than writing a bland description of them. So the writing is quite impressionist. It's the one passage where I nearly came to blows with the editors and the publishers because I said to them, my answer to them was, when they suggested some changes, was go and see some otters, just watch them, and if the writing mirrors what you see, then we'll leave it as it is. And I think they went to the zoo. Here we are. Brittle in the mist, the surface spun and steadied, and circles of lacy white radiated and were spent in the soot-grey channel, and ripples kissed the bank, and downstream a branch swivelled through rolling eddies with silvery curves, and bubbles, and a surge, and up onto a bar an otter beached brown, so quickly and shiny, with a halo of glistening whiskers, and gone in a slip beneath and back again, its head bowling over, a liquid log pouring into the breathless cold, into the twiddling roots of the alders. He saw the scarf of the otter bend back, a twist of eel metal spooling a chain of brilliant fizz, and then its head rise, its arch flex in the flux of river, furling down in a thrill of fluid motion, giddy zip and curling coils of a tail in a whirl, a twirl of two, both slurping onto the bank with a yip and a nip, and ebbing splashlessly into the pool to bow and sweep away, porpoising arcs into the outstream, warping the plane into the crouch of the big willows quiet on the reedy shore. He gasped. His first wild otters. He could have shouted, sung, but retained just enough composure, distracted by his elbows soaked through his parka, his binoculars wedged into his sternum, the numbness of his toes in his Wellingtons, the wooden smell of mud, and the soft, salty taste of snot that had drooled into his mouth. A slop, and they were back, one so close on a reef of sand, smacking its mouth on a fish, ivory and floppy, gnawing, rocking its jaws from side to side, its eyes winking, dipping into the current, shaking its frilly moustache, its sepia coat cracking tan, long splits running away from its neck, and then shaken into a spiky ruff, teddy bear nose with pink spots, and stopped, frozen, still, staring up river, and then fast back to jerky crunching, grimacing, the pearly flesh pulped headless, snatched from its scattered shoal somewhere in the dead light of the stream, amongst the menacing wrap of weeds where the others turned sleek, fluttering in the flow, steady in the glass, olive-backed and scared, flinching darkly in river fear. So the purpose of that cascade was to try and capture the moment, and in the moment otters are mercurial. They're constantly moving. Nothing they do is slow. They're always moving, both within the water and without. They're manic mustelids. And so the lack of punctuation, the bone of contention with the editors and publishers, was a means of almost sort of Kerouac-like, stream of consciousness. All of that energy, all of that rush, all of that moment, combined with my own energy and excitement. That was what I was trying to capture with that piece. But, I'm not here to judge it. Thankfully you have, and some of you have liked it enough to vote for me. I'm immensely flattered. Thank you.